Entertainment news for you now. You know, one day after 12 attorneys general from 12 different states filed an antitrust lawsuit this past Monday, the Writers Guild of America is now joining the fight against that takeover, Paramount's takeover of Warner Brothers Discovery. The Guild filed its own lawsuit this past Tuesday, arguing the merger would specifically harm movie and TV writers by shrinking competition for their work and giving the combined company the power to suppress wages and cut jobs across the industry. Now, Paramount says, no, the opposite is true. The merger would expand opportunities for writers, not shrink them. We've heard this before. Meanwhile, the states behind Monday's lawsuit are already escalating, filing an emergency motion this week, a temporary restraining order after Paramount and Warner refused to pause the deal. The growing list of legal challenges could derail Paramount's timeline to wrap up this deal by the summer. They're going to wrap up the deal. You know it's going to happen, right?
Well, yeah, it may just take a while, I guess. Okay, well, onto a funnier, greater story here. Not one person's trash, you know, it's another person's treasure, which might explain why a bunch of random garbage collected outside the wedding venue of Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce sold like hotcakes. New York City artist Justin Genack, he is known since 2001 for collecting, packaging, and selling garbage found on the streets of New York City. He was not a guest of this exclusive event.
No, he looked good.
I know, he dressed the part, wore a tuxedo outside of Madison Square Garden after TNT's wedding, using a litter picker to nab the trash from around the perimeter.
Oh, what did he get?
That included cigarette butts, plastic straws, scraps of fabric, candy wrappers, and a lone left AirPod.
Just the left side. Okay,
just the left AirPod. Genack, he said the trashy trinkets packaged in those signature small cubes, which thankfully he does. Like, okay, well, look at that, right? I love this, actually.
What a side hustle, my gosh.
I'm here for it. It sold out in just over 24 hours for $25 a pop. On his Instagram, he called it as close to Taylor and Travis's big day as you could have gotten without an invite.
That's true. But how do you verify that cigarette butt was a cigarette butt from that event? You know, you're throwing, that's only 20.
I mean, I guess that's, you just put the trust in the artist.
And it's only 25 bucks, right?
Some trash for $25.
But it's TNT trash.
It's TNT trash.
Hey, this is new. For the first time ever, the game show Jeopardy is looking for work, and they want you. They opened its writing staff job openings to the public. Are you kidding me? Yes, after a longtime writer retired after 3 decades on the job, executive producer Michael Davies says that response to this open thing has been staggering. Close to 1,000 hopefuls have applied to even be considered. The candidates had to ace the same test given to contestants and then write a dozen full rounds of clues plus 3 final Jeopardy questions. Now, the gig, comes with a salary of $172,000. It's based at the Sony studio lot in Culver City, California. So you probably have to move.
I was going to that's actually not that much if you're having to live in California.
California, that's pocket change.
Yeah.
Davies hopes to have his new hire in place by the time the show starts filming season number 43 in late August.